And we're back. I'd like to move next to a few questions about abortion. The Supreme Court has a big ruling coming up in the Dobbs case and may overturn Roe versus Wade. Do you believe the court should eliminate the right to choose and the rights of women to control their own bodies?
That's not the question in front of the court. The justices are considering sending this issue to the states so it can be decided by the American people. It's a debate we've had for 50 years, and the debate will continue. But now we can come to a consensus through our elected representatives. For 50 years, this issue has been almost totally in the hands of unelected judges. I think we can do better.
Okay, but many states already have trigger laws on the books to automatically make abortion illegal if the court overturns Roe. So won't we just see an avalanche of extreme abortion laws in red states?
The extreme position in this debate is the liberal position, the position that says babies should be killed for any reason, including sex selection, at any time, all the way up to the moment of birth. And they want it paid for with taxpayer dollars. That's the current law in New York and California. And it's exactly what Planned Parenthood wants for the entire country. On the other hand, the law being debated at the Supreme Court would ban abortion at about the 4th month of pregnancy. That's when a baby can feel pain, has begun to make breathing motions, and can even suck their thumb.
But polling has consistently shown that the public supports Roe versus Wade, so don't you worry about the court losing legitimacy if they go against what the American people want?
Well, these same polls show that 76% of Americans support significant restrictions on abortion. By a 2-to-1 margin, they want this issue decided by elected leaders and not unelected judges. The Supreme Court is moving this debate where it belongs, and that's with the people.
But again, what about the polls that say Roe should be upheld?
When you get into the details of the polls, the public clearly and overwhelmingly supports limits on abortion after the baby can feel pain. That's what happens in the law in this case. Abortion would be restricted after the baby can feel pain, which is about 15 weeks or 4 months into pregnancy.
If Mississippi wins this case, women in red states would be captive to the hard right policies on abortion, while women in other states would retain their rights. How is that fair?
Currently, the United States is one of only 7 nations that allow late-term abortion. It's us, North Korea, and China, some of the most extreme laws in the world. 47 out of 50 countries in Europe have limits on abortion after 15 weeks. And that's precisely what Mississippi's law would do.
So do you believe that women in red states who seek an abortion should be prosecuted? Should trying to get an abortion make a woman a criminal?
I believe there are 2 victims in every abortion, the mother and the baby. My goal is to create a culture of life that protects mothers and babies. We need to make it easier to adopt and give support to mothers who want to give their babies a new home.
Doesn't it just follow that rich women will travel to a state where abortion remains legal? So doesn't this just hit poor women disproportionately?
Abortion in America today disproportionately hurts people of color. America's got to be better than that. We need to value all babies, regardless of income, regardless of race. There are 2,700 pregnancy help centers and maternity homes in America to support women at virtually no cost. We are working to grow that safety net. I want this to be the safest nation on earth for a mother to give birth to a baby.
But don't you think that poor women who want an abortion will just end up getting back alley abortions that risk their lives?
Well, abortion today is almost totally unregulated in many states. That's how you end up with dangerous abortion mills like the one we saw run by Kermit Gosnell. A study shows that for every 100 abortions performed, there are 35 visits to the ER by those mothers. We should all agree, regardless of our position on abortion, that our society should provide care and support for all pregnant women, and that means strong safety regulations for providers.
A lot of people in your party argue for medical freedom when it comes to vaccines, saying you ought to be able to control what happens to your body. But isn't that a little hypocritical when you're trying to reduce access to abortion?
Those are two totally different things. The COVID vaccine has helped a lot of people. Its goal is to lessen the impact of a disease. Ultimately, the COVID vaccine's goal is to save lives. The goal of an abortion is to end a life. Most Americans support additional restrictions on abortion. They want to protect babies in the middle and later stages of pregnancy. There's a consensus on that, and that's what we're talking about. The countries in Europe recognize this, and we need to move our laws in that direction.